Good afternoon, it's Ancient Warrior again. We've been discussing MREs, survival food, freeze-dried. But I had a real good question asked to me the other day from a friend that had seen the video. And he said, how many calories does it take for people to live well? Because you know, I'm always telling you that you're not here to survive, you're here to live well. And I didn't know. I'll be honest, I didn't have a clue. So what I did was went to a friend of mine who's a nutritionist. She's a real smart girl. And she's a real smart girl. So I asked her, and she said, well, working people from the ages of 16 through 50 need about 2,500 calories for men. Women need about 2,000 calories per day. And I thought about that and said, okay. Then I asked her, I said, why did you stop the number at age 50? She said, well, after age 50, people's bodies start changing in subtle little ways. After age 50, people notice it's a little harder to lose weight. Men and women. People who have been active all their lives start finding out they're tired out a little easier after they somewhere in their 50s. And they start noticing rolls around their waist. And I said, well, how many calories does a man need after age 50? And she let me know. She said, an active man who is still getting out, you know, working every day and doing everything, needs about 2,000 calories a day. A woman, about 1,800. And I looked at her and I said, why such a small drop on a woman and, you know, a larger drop on the man? She said that most women after age 50 are going through other issues with their bodies that a man doesn't deal with. And I understood that. Then she said after age 60, even if a man if he's still pretty active, he needs to keep his calories around 2,000 calories. And a woman, same way, 1,800. And I said, what about retired people? And she smiled. She said, you're going to hate this, but most retired people eat way too many calories a day because their bodies tell them they're hungry when they're really not. Okay, I understand that. And I said, how many calories? She said, about 1,500 calories a day for a man. Now, if he's still pretty active, keep it around 1,800. But if he's not real active, he's just maybe mowing the yard once a week or pittering around. But if he's basically what he's doing is sitting in front of the computer playing video games or poker or something, he needs about 1,500 calories a day. And I expected her to tell me women needed 12 to 13. She said no, women the same way, 1,500. While we were talking, we was having lunch at one of the local buffets, and a woman walked past us. She was in her probably late 60s, early 70s, using a walker and slipping over to get something to eat. Now this woman got, through the course of things, she got 4 different plates. And believe me, I'm not fat shaming her because I have no room to talk. But her first plate, she had fried chicken, fried shrimp, fried okra, one other. She had a baked potato with all the dressings and cheese on it. And it wasn't the good shredded cheese, it was that liquid Rico's nacho cheese. She got that plate. She went back and got a big plate of steak, ribs, and chicken wings. Then, after that, she went up to the salad bar and got watermelon. That was probably the best thing she ate all day. Until I watched her almost take the lid off the salt shaker and sprinkle it over the watermelon. You know, I like salt on my watermelon, but when it almost looks like it snowed on the watermelon, it's scary. Then after consuming that, she went to the dessert bar. She had a dinner plate in her hand, and I counted 6 different pieces of cake, cheesecake, or, other things, and a small bowl of ice cream. And I'm sitting here talking with my friend. Mom's finishing her meal. And the lady looks over at her husband and says, "I don't know why we come to a buffet. I always overeat all the time." And she said, "If I fall down, just roll me out the door." Oh, dear God. And the waste from that table alone. The waste from that table. The food they left. Probably could have fed 2 families for a day. And I looked at my friend and I asked her, I said, "What do you think?" Excuse me. I asked her, "What do you think this woman consumed?" She laughed. She said, "Roughly 10 to 20,000 calories." And I said, "Well, she had chicken, several pieces of chicken." She looked at me and let me know. all bets were off the minute that the chef dropped that chicken in the grease. Fried chicken is not good for you. As much as we like eating it, it's really not good for you. And I got thinking about it. That's been 2 days ago now. I've been thinking. You know, I'm trying to pay closer attention to what I eat. Because I do have some weight I want to get off. I need to get off because I hate it at night when I wake up in the morning and my back hurts, my knees hurt, my elbows hurt. And I have to reach for Tylenol or something to take care of the problem. So folks, you need to design your SHTF meals around how much work you're going to be doing. Now, I read a little article the other day that our ancestors didn't eat much meat. They might eat 40 ounces of meat per month. They were more vegetarian and grain oriented. But they also worked harder. Due to technology, things have changed. So, what I implore you to do is sit down, look at what each member of your family needs, food-wise, how many calories, and then customize your food around that. So, that's the Ancient Warrior. Thank you for coming to Free America, because you're going to be free of having to go to FEMA camps if you're prepping. So that's the world according to the Ancient Warrior. So we'll see you next time. Good day.